Welcome to Covestone Training. This session will cover customer maintenance, customer product history inquiry, and consignment customers. Customer maintenance can be found either on the Sales submenu or the File Maintenance submenu, where it is just called Customer. As with most search functions, the more letters you type in, the more selective the search results will be. Keywords can be added to the customer record to provide a quicker and more exact search result. As with most areas in Covestone, customer maintenance has multiple sections that group related information. The Bill To section contains the basic information necessary for sending invoices and statements. Several fields like the state, province, or zip code may appear redundant, but should be entered anyway for consistency and to make things more searchable. Although most blank entries imply the system's default should be used, it is good form to enter this information anyway as a reminder, as well as the case that others may be looking at this information and are not familiar with what the defaults are. In Covestone, it is common to have special contract rebate pricing or commodity hot sheets that may be applied to entire groups of customers. Customer contracts and rebates are built around a customer record, normally with some naming convention to easily identify it from regular customer records. For example, something starting with ACON for a contract or AREB, AREB, for a rebate. When contracts and rebates are created, enter the record names in contract customers, you can have multiple assigned, to assign the pricing schemes to the current customer. Important documents like contract agreements, a reseller license, or a Dun & Bradstreet credit report can be attached to the customer record for future extraction and reference. The Customer Relationship Management section provides some basic company information to be used for targeted sales efforts or reports. The Selling section provides the basic information for selling to the customer for each of their jobs. Price class and price type are used to assign a general pricing matrix to the customer. Each job can have a different matrix assignment. Price type is normally used to define a type of customer, say electrical or plumbing, for targeted sales pricing. The salespeople are also assigned here for commission calculation purposes. There can be different assignments for each job. The Consignment OK flag is used when the customer is allowed to hold some of your items without purchasing them until it is actually sold. The Selling section is also where you record any reseller licenses and also provides a place to record people authorized to change or add things to an order and a challenge question to verify identity. The Jobs section provides the basic information on each customer job. New jobs are created in this section. Old jobs that are completed are flagged inactive so that they don't automatically show up on the search list. Nothing is deleted in Covestone. All job history is retained. Ship to tax jurisdiction. The system will normally figure out the tax jurisdiction from the zip code entered. Only override the entry if you are sure that this is incorrect. Print styles are mainly for hiding or displaying prices, either cost or list, on the documentation for this job. Each job's information is displayed and modified by selecting the drop-down menu. The Credit section allows you to set the credit limit and payment terms for the general account in each job. The Template field is used to reference another customer record for terms and credit limits. This is almost never done, though, because it becomes confusing. The No Order Entry flag is normally set with the inactive flag to ensure that no further sales are booked to a closed job. The lower left section is set to require deposits and charges for canceled orders and returns for specified types of items. The Group Prices section allows you to create a different pricing scheme for groups of items for a given customer or job. This will override the default matrix pricing that the customer or job is assigned to. Enter a rebate number if there's a rebate claim to be filed for this group of items with the vendor. Class override is used to override the price class that the customer or job is assigned from the Selling section for a group of items. Group override would be used to assign the pricing of a different group to this group of items. Combo group pricing is used to combine the different items in a sales order to create a price break based on quantity or weight. By default, Covestone is normally set to look for best possible pricing within the various matrices that the job is assigned. Setting the stop flag prevents the system from using any lower pricing than what is specified in this price list. Interpreting pricing formulas. The price basis names used in the pricing formulas come from the price line that the product belongs to, and the values come from the price sheet entry values in the product maintenance record. Product prices provide special pricing for specific items on a customer or job. The product prices section would also be used when creating a contract or rebate customer record that you would assign to multiple customers. For example, creating a customer called Acon Rayco and putting in a special rebate pricing for a subset of 50 top-selling Rayco items, and then assigning that to the contract customer section in other records. As mentioned previously, jobs and ship-tos in Covestone are not the same thing as they are in most other systems. The job provides the credit, payment, and invoicing information, but a job may have many ship-to addresses to select from for product delivery. The contact section provides the contact information for a customer. It also provides a section for recording sales certificate information for selling products that require some form of certification to legally buy. The Bill Trust Company provides a service outsourcing the delivery of customer invoices and statements. They also provide a capability for customers to make payments on their accounts using credit cards. If you subscribe to the Bill Trust service, this section defines what customer information and activity is sent to Bill Trust for communication to the customer. It should be said that Covestone is by default fully capable of providing most of the functions that the Bill Trust service does without the monthly cost that you would otherwise pay to Bill Trust. The price lock section is used to lock the pricing on an item or group of items from being overridden by the salesperson for this customer. The example shown would lock group B barred to 12% minimum gross profit sales. The web access section is associated with your e-commerce site if you have one deployed. Some vendors have restrictions on products that you can resell through e-commerce. This provides a mechanism to make restricted items available to certain customers that the vendor has approved. The changelog section provides an audit trail of changes to the customer bill to and related jobs. Everything recorded in Covestone is kept permanently, so a history of all changes going back to the beginning is viewable. The automated clearinghouse section is used for customers that do direct bank transfer payments. Although this is available, it is not a commonly used option for most clients. The customer product section is used in cases where a customer has their own product identifiers and they want those referenced on all their documents. If defined, the customer's product identifier will print on all their quotes, orders, and invoices. To save customer changes, you can either click on Save or the X. If you click on the X, you have the additional option to discard changes if you mess something up. Upon save or discard, you will be returned to the customer maintenance search where you can either select another customer or close the web browser tab if you are through with customer maintenance. Customer inquiry shows in multiple submenus in Covestone for the sake of convenience. In the search box, enter part of the customer name or any keyword that was entered in the customer record. You can also access customer inquiry by clicking on the Bill To entry in a sales order. You can select a different ship to or job to change the focus of the information shown. The History section gives a quick view of account activity. You can click on the blue reference number to drill down into the transaction. Here is an example drill down to an order. The Open Accounts Receivable section shows orders delivered but still have an unpaid balance. Clicking on the reference number drills down into the order. If you click on the delivered date, Covestone will display the proof of delivery signature capture and a photo of the delivery on premise if they have been provided by the driver. The Open Orders section will show open orders not completed. Clicking on the blue order number will allow you to drill down into the order to investigate why it has not been completed. And finally, the Notes section can be used by the credit manager to keep track of collection activities. When you click on Customer Product History, the window that comes up shows as Customer Product Inquiry, so don't get confused by it. This tool is used to display the products and pricing history of a specific customer. Entering just the customer bill to will list all the product purchases for the customer. Entering the customer job will show the products ordered for a specific job. Entering a specific product will narrow the results down to just the instances of that product. Selecting sales data will show closed order items. Selecting open orders will show transactions that have not been completed. This tool can be very handy in helping reconcile billing disputes. Consignment inventory customers are identified by setting the Consignment OK flag in Customer Maintenance under the Selling section. If the flag is not set, then the customer will not show in the Consignment Orders function. Consignment inventory is tracked differently from other inventory, and its movement is normally tracked with consignment transfer or consignment return. Use consignment transfer to move inventory from the warehouse to a customer location. Select the supplying warehouse and the destination consignment customer. Only customers with the Consignment OK flag in their record will show on the drop-down list. Select the items to transfer and click Submit. The transfer order will now show in the warehouse queue for picking and delivery to the customer site. To return a consignment item from the customer site back to the warehouse, use Consignment Return. If you select a customer and no items display to return, then a consignment transfer was not done or not completed correctly. Here's an example of a consignment return from a customer. Once saved, it will show up in the warehouse queue to be picked up from the customer site and returned to the warehouse. If you later look at the history on a product that was a consignment transfer or return, the transaction will show a C in the branch field. The consignment billing function is used when a customer consigned item is sold by the customer, and you can now bill them for the product. This completes the session on customer maintenance, customer product history, and customer consignments. Thank you for your attention. This has been Doug Fashing.